Hello YouTube and welcome back to Season 2 Episode 2, where we are about to play our very first game against Southampton, no less. I think this is going to be a good gauge of where we're at this season, because Southampton are a side that are of course well established in the Premier League. They were well apart from the relegation battle in the last season just gone. So if we're able to pick up a point, maybe even 3 points, bearing in mind we are, it seems, away from home, this is going to be a good test for our new squad and to see just how good we are. Before we go into the season, we really need to see what it is our board are expecting of us. Well, they want us to play possession football, develop players using the club's youth system, play defensively solid football, quite why I don't know, sign players under the age of 21, but this year they're looking for us to finish mid-table in the Premier League, reach the 5th round of the FA Cup and reach the 4th round of the EFL Cup. I think pretty high ambitions there. Since you last joined us, there is very little to update you on because effectively only 7 or 8 days has passed in-game, but we have made one additional transfer out. That is Tim Closer. Tim Closer is somebody who returned back on loan. He's 33 years of age, someone very much on the decline. He was not going to be part of my plans. He has left on a free transfer to join Swansea. And I'm expecting Rocky Bolshiri to be out on loan to Hull in the Championship as well. He is just considering their contract as we speak, and I'm hoping he will accept and move out on loan for regular first team football. It will aid his development quite significantly, so hoping that one will go through. And really the only other piece of noteworthy news is we rejected a £25.5 million immediate offer for Emi Buendia from Leicester. The offer was with add-ons that would have taken it to £35.5 million and certainly represents the biggest offer we have received for Buendia so far. But quite frankly, it's just not fathomable that we're going to be selling Emi Buendia on the eve of our Premier League debut. We've reached the point where the EFL Cup draw happens. So we are just going to draw all the teams. And we are up against Leeds. Not the most kindest of draws. So this is the team that we're taking in against Southampton. We're starting with Tim Ronning in goal, right back Max Aarons, left back Baba Rahman, central midfield duo of Quiros and Nikati, deep lying playmaker Grujic with Onyeka as the box-to-box midfielder, Elena as the attacking playmaker, Buendia on the right, Todd Cantwell on the left, and up front, Amin Ghouri, given that we really are unsure about our other striking options at present. We're starting on cautious. We're going to see how that goes. So we've got our very first team talk for our Premier League campaign. I'm conscious not to overwhelm the players, so I think I'm going to point the finger and tell them, show me what you can do, and I'm going to tell them I have faith in them as well. And here we go, we got the fancy graphics. You know what that means. It means it's game day. So Southampton start off with a very similar formation to our own, except they're playing with a number 10, and we have a very talented looking lineup. I have to say, I'm happy with the transfers that we've done. So here we go. So we're into the 20th minute, and Southampton have only just taken the lead in terms of shots. It's not a lot happening so far. I'm going to encourage them. So we've gotten through. Oh, wait, we have a highlight. It's Emi Buendia on the corner. Diego Quiros to Grujic, who shoots, and another one and off the bar and over. An entirely eventless first half. What a fantastic way to start a season. So I'm going to tell them that I point the finger and tell them I'm not happy with the performance. There are certain players who I don't think have done very well at all. Carlos Elena, Ghouri being the two of them. And let's see if that fires them up a little bit. It may very well be that this needs an injection of pace up front, in which case maybe I'll look, if things don't change fairly quickly, to give Adam Armstrong a go. So we're now playing the ball out of defence. Max Aarons is lumping the ball forward to Guri, and the ball falls now to Emi Buendia, who sprints forward with the ball. Can he get the crossing? He can. There's Guri there, but he shoots and hits the crossbar. Literally would have been easier to score, I think, than miss that one. And now Gricic fouls Armstrong. So I think what we're going to do here, we're going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to bring on Guri, because Guri wasn't doing too well. I mean, Elena is the one who's doing the worst. So who have I got I can change things with? I've got Kieran Dowell on the bench, so let's give him a go. So we've had no shots on target so far. It's been quite a disappointing performance, and really the team that deserve the 3 points at the minute is Southampton. But Southampton are now coming forward. They're passing neatly between them and out to the wings for the cross in. And there was a shot from Nathan Redmond again. How on earth he missed that, I really don't know. So I'm wondering whether we demand some more at this stage. I think we do. And time is ticking away. I mean, what? We've had 3 highlights, 4 highlights? A 0-0 draw, an eventless 0-0 draw. There's been some positives. We've got 2-7 ratings in terms of Nikati and Ronning. But players have not necessarily turned up, and whilst we did get into the game a bit more according to the XG, really, with only 1 shot on target the entire match, we're going to need to improve. So we return with the news that Rocky Bolshoi has agreed a loan move to Hull. They're not paying an awful lot of money for his services, but they are willing to give him a regular starting position. I mentioned on more than one occasion that I'm still in the market for a leading striker, and I think I might have settled on a player that I want to bring to the club. That player is Ajax. Right, that player is Ajax's Lassina Traore. I thought it was Burkina Faso, actually. It is Burkina Faso international, who has so far this season scored 2 goals in just 2 appearances. Why do I like this guy? Well, his work rate is not great. Neither is his off the ball, but he has decent technicals and very good physicals. He has the strength, the stamina, the pace, the power to really mix it up. And at 20 years of age, this is a guy that's only going to get better. My scouts tell me that he currently sits at 3-star potential, but with the potential to grow to 5-star current ability. And that is something which excites me a little bit, because I do like to bring along a player. The other thing I quite like about it, looking at this particular scouting report, is that there are so many more pros to this signing than there are cons. He's not a player that is going to struggle to adapt, according to my scouts. He's not a player that lacks strength, stamina or agility. He matches a new signing philosophy as well. Sign players under the age of 21 for the future. Fairly determined attitude, fairly consistent, current international, and will be able to fit into the core group. He sounds to me like a safe bet. So this is the deal that we are in the midst of negotiating. It's a potential value of around £25 million that they want. A fee upfront of £9 million, with £8 million across 3 12-monthly instalments, and then after 30, 40, 50 games, £2.5 million a piece. I'm tempted to see if they will take just a little less up front. They won't. They're prepared to take a little less up front if it means we spread things out a little bit more. £25.5 million is a big deal, especially for Norwich. But if he comes in and gets the goals that I think we are missing at the minute, then it's going to be a deal worth doing. So we now face Leicester City in our first home game of the season. We have a point on the board, so that's something. And this is going to be a tougher test altogether. I think I'm going to go a bit more positive because we're at home. I'm going to go balanced rather than... In fact, no, let's go for it. Let's go positive. But I think we're going to play with largely the same side. The only change we're going to make is we're going to drop Carlos Elena to the bench and replace him with Kieran Dowell, as Elena was particularly poor. He got a 6.2 in the last game. So the team lining up is exactly the same. Ronning in goal, Aaron's on the right, Rahman on the left, Nikati and Quiros in centre. Grujic as the deep-lying playmaker, Onyeka as the box-to-box midfielder, Kieran Dowell as the attacking playmaker, and then up front we have Buendia on the right, Cantwell on the left, and Amin Ghouri on the as the striker up front. Do we want to change that? No, I think we're going to continue with that. We rejigged the bench around a little bit as well. I'm happy now with the constitution of the bench. Here we go. Baba Rahman now passes the ball to Todd Cantwell, who's back to Baba Rahman, who puts the cross in, and it is passed around in a very congested area. It looks as if Leicester are playing three at the back. I mean, look at that passing. It's just ridiculous. So Ghouri now with the ball. I thought he was going to get away there. Cantwell passes it forwards and it trickles in the back of the net for Amin Ghouri's first of the season. I mean, given how he missed that point-blank opportunity against Southampton, I thought he was going to be a striker clean out of luck. But here, I mean, actually, in fairness, he took his opportunity well. He slid in for that ball and it just trickled over the line to make it 1-0 Norwich City. That's a perfect start. So I'm going to praise them because I want to build up the confidence in the side. Of interest to me is Frank Onyeka has another yellow card early on in proceedings as well. That is something which I'm going to have to keep an eye on because if he continues to pick up yellow card... What the hell was that? Well, Tim Ronning, 6'7", described as a towering keeper, is just completely and utterly taken by surprise. I mean, I can't explain it myself. Anyway, Kieran Dowell now on the ball. Onyeka passes it out to Amin Ghouri, who's now situated on the left for some bizarre reason. So we're playing it nicely, and Ghouri on the ball. He shoots and scores. Ghouri with goal number 2 of the game and gives us the lead back again. It was a thoroughly good through ball by Emi Buendia. I want to see this again. Grujic picks the ball up, as I'm hoping he will do as part of this tactic, and Emi plays it through for Ghouri, who runs onto the ball, and Leicester just don't have an answer to that, and we take the lead back again. Now this time, hopefully, Tim Ronning won't gift Leicester an equaliser again. So I'm going to tell them not to get complacent. I'm going to pick out Tim Ronning. Yeah, good. Okay, so I told him that I'm not happy with the mistake that he made, and that has motivated him. So sometimes when you do that, it's a risk because players do crumble under that sort of individual pressure. But he actually has taken up the challenge, it seems. So we've now got the highlight again with Grujic on the ball, passing it back to Nikaiti to Baba Rahman. We're passing it neatly between the players. Max Aaron's now able to run with the ball, puts the cross in, but there's an awful lot of players in that Leicester back line. Baba Rahman skips forward and does what Baba Rahman has never done before, and that is really blast the ball back into that net. And look at this, Baba Rahman skips through the players. Such a congested penalty area, but Baba Rahman was able to find that space. Really did well there to do that. And I think we're going to, before we do any further, I'm going to praise the team again and just check everybody in terms of their fitness. Cantwell is looking a little bit on the tired side, but I don't want to take him off because he's playing quite well. So Baba Rahman with the throw in. Again, nice, neat football being played here. Emi Buendia with the ball. Norwich 4, Leicester 1. This is the sort of performance I was hoping for against Southampton, but just didn't come our way. So Aaron's to Buendia. Buendia, unfortunately, doesn't take the ball, but the ball basically keeps with us, and we, again, should have scored that one. I mean, I don't know who it was who missed that opportunity, but really they should have done an awful lot better. So I'm looking at this and thinking, who can we bring on? Quiros isn't playing great. In fact, it's Nikati's not playing great. So I'm going to bring on Ben Gibson, give him a bit of a go. If you look, our XG is only 2.1. So to score 4 goals means we have been particularly clinical. And Grujic could have and should have really picked that ball up a bit better. But Onyeka manages to pick up the loose ball from a wayward Leicester pass Now Guri on the ball after picking it up from another pass, and we lose out for some sloppy passing. But there, Ronnie, you are making me very nervous, my friend. I mean, look at that kick. I do need to make sure that his instructions, because he's not very good at kicking, are quite plain that he does not kick. So I need to make sure I repeat that in the tactics section after the match. But come on, guys, let's not let Leicester back into this again. And that was a very simple Leicester goal here. Now, just watch the replay. They passed it about neatly between themselves. To say they have a very effective tactic here in terms of the way they played. So I'm going to bring on Adam Armstrong for Todd Cantwell and give him a bit of a go. And that is full time. Norwich 4, Leicester 2. That is a very good win, guys. So there we have it, our first win on the board, and we are now looking ahead to the next episode. Well, join us next time, where I think we're going to skip ahead perhaps to the end of September, start of October. Yes, in fact, that's what we'll do. We'll come back for the Chelsea match for a proper test of how good this side really are. And of course, as well as that, there will be the transfer window deadline. Let's see if we can get that striker through the door. If not, we're going to be needing some more signings, and it may very well be that we'll look to move a few players on as well. So join us next time for more. And if you've liked what you've seen, please do like, please do subscribe to the video, do all that wonderful YouTube stuff. Thank you very much. Take care.